You've learned the parts of the machine, you've wound a bobbin, you've threaded the machine. Of course, there's more I could tell you, but I think we should get to the fun part and start sewing. I'm Carissa Delane. I am a seamstress, a pattern maker, and a sewing instructor, and I am running you through the basics to get you started on your sewing journey. I've got a plain scrap of fabric here. This is actually from a thrifted bed sheet, which is great because it's 100% cotton. There's no stretch to it. It's not too thick, not too thin. Again, it's just cheap. It's really nice for just learning to sew and play around with some scrap fabric. You might find it helpful if your thread color is a slightly different color from the fabric itself, just so you can really see where your stitches are and what you're doing. Let's start by turning the machine on and making sure the foot pedal is plugged in. We're going to start with a straight stitch. That's probably your sewing machine's default setting, but just in case, I'll show you how it's done. This is the straight stitch here. It is on the green side of my stitch selection. So I need to make sure that this knob here is pointing towards the green side. I'm going to make sure my needle is in the centered position and my stitch width is set to 0. Make sure that your needle is up before changing any of those settings. Stitch length is a personal preference. The larger the number, the longer the stitch would be. I would suggest for most stitching, you want it somewhere between 2 and 3.5. I usually keep mine in between 3 and 3.5. I find this ideal because it still keeps the fabric secure, but it's also easier to seam rip if I need to. This is the foot pedal. It usually goes on the floor under your feet. It's exactly like a car gas pedal, so the harder you press down on this, the faster your machine will go. With practice, you'll figure out exactly how hard you need to push down to go to the speed that you are comfortable with. Some sewing machines will also have a speed setting, so you can kind of set the maximum speed that you're comfortable with. Now lift up your presser foot and slide your fabric under. Don't start too close to the edge or you might have some trouble starting. Slowly turn the hand wheel so the needle goes into the fabric and then put the presser foot down. Hold the ends of the thread in your hand for the first few stitches. You don't need to pull them, just make sure they don't get pulled by the machine or it will cause the bobbin thread to knot up underneath. Slowly push your foot down on the foot pedal and the sewing machine starts to go. Play around with the speed and the movement, guide the fabric with your hands to gently get a curve going on. Just explore. If you want to do a sharper turn, bring your machine to a stop and put the needle into the fabric. Some machines stop automatically with the needle down, but if yours doesn't, like mine, turn the hand wheel towards you until the needle goes into the fabric. Lift up the presser foot, rotate the fabric, lower the presser foot, and continue stitching. When you're done stitching, bring the needle all the way up, lift your presser foot, and pull the fabric out. If you're having trouble pulling it, the needle might not be all the way up yet, so turn the hand wheel more until the needle just starts to go back down in the rotation. Then you can pull your fabric out and trim the threads. Here's a few practice exercises for you. Draw a couple shapes like this on your fabric. First one made up of straight lines and places to practice turning. Practice stitching straight on the line and stitching right up to the point of the angle before turning. You might need to use the hand wheel for your last few stitches or even lift the presser foot and move your fabric just slightly so the needle hits right on the point. For the second practice exercise, draw a wavy line and practice following the curves of that. If the curves are made too tight, you might need to stop a few times and lift your presser foot to relax the fabric underneath as you stitch. It's all good practice either way. Just think of a curved line as a series of small straight lines. You might only be able to do 2 or 3 stitches before you need to put your needle back down and lift up the presser foot and relax the fabric. As you can see, I was also having quite a bit of trouble keeping this straight on the line, especially trying to watch it through a camera lens. Congratulations on taking this next step in your sewing journey. I hope you feel a huge sense of accomplishment because this is a lot of information to take in. So no matter what your stitches look like, this is a great beginning. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more because there is so much more to learn and there is more coming. And help me help you. Share, comment, all of that. And thank you so much. Happy sewing. Enjoy your practice.